What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I have a video today that I'm hoping will help a number of you out of a situation that I've been in a few different times. I'll try and get the light out of the camera. What I've got here, I'll flip you around and show you. Get the microphone here. There we go. This is my Troy-Bilt, or not mine, but a Troy-Bilt snowblower that I have for repair today. And I've run into this on snowblowers before, but also on different engines with adapting the shaft size to maybe a different pulley that you've got on hand, but the sizes are different. And so I'll explain on the snowblower in particular, but I have a feeling this might work on other applications. So what I had was a flat tire on this side, and the problem is you can't get the tire off without taking the rim off, at least not easily. And pretty commonly on these, the rim rusts on because you've got this entire sleeve that is attached to the shaft, and so there's so much surface area there for that to rust, and it just causes all kinds of trouble getting that off. So I beat that with a sledgehammer basically for 20 minutes and it wouldn't move. I heated it, I oiled it, wouldn't come off. So what I've had to do before is cut this off, and it's just a big mess. Anyway, back to the point. A new wheel and tire combo, I think is how they sell it, is like $174 for this, brand new, unless you find it used somewhere if you're lucky. So what I had on hand, because I ruined the rim getting it off and the tire was already flat, I had these Craftsman wheel and tires on hand, and I can't tell you the part number. I guess if anyone asks, I can try and find it for you. I've got an idea of what it came off of, but this was the same tire size, different tread, and a very similar rim. I'll show you this rim up close. It has a full axle, or like a full hub, instead of the short hub with the plastic spacer. But the problem was that this new axle size, or the new hole in the hub, or wheel, I guess, I'm losing my words here, was 7/8, and the Troy-Bilt axle shaft was 3/4. So it was awful sloppy on there, and I just couldn't let that go. So I needed a spacer to adapt my 3/4 shaft to my 7/8 wheel. And I went uptown to the hardware store, was looking around for different like steel spacers or bronze spacers or even nylon or anything in the plumbing or anything like that. Couldn't find anything. The only thing I thought of was, what about copper pipe? And so I got myself a piece of copper pipe, and I'll show you how perfect this is. So, sorry, I'm doing a lot of flipping around and everything. Get my caliper. I bought some 3/4 inch copper pipe, and the ID on that is 0.775, so just slightly over, 25 thousandths over our 3/4. But the OD, we're looking for 875, remember, is 880. So this is, oh, and we're half a thousandth off. Anyway, this is basically perfect, and it's $2 a foot where I'm from. So I bought myself a couple feet of it so I can use it for future projects, measured out how long I needed to fill that hub on the wheel, and just kind of tapped it in there. It fit, not tightly, but it fit so perfect I had to tap it in with a hammer. Then slid that over my axle, and the only difference is the stock one bolted on there because it had a flat part on the axle that held it in place. But my new one has this spot where you would put a bolt or a linchpin. So I just had to center punch my axle and drill a hole through it and put that bolt in there. Not a big deal, and I think I'm going to maybe change that for a linchpin. So that way these come off nice and easy, and that copper serves two purposes. One is it fills that space so it fits nice and tight. You can see there's very little slop in that. I'm moving the whole thing, the whole machine. So it fills that space, but also the copper is going to keep that from rusting in the future. So I've got a nice barrier there between the two, and I don't see it ever wearing out because it's not spinning as if it's like a bearing or something. It's just filling that space, and everything is spinning together. But if I ever had any issue, I could just tap it out and tap a new one in for about 50 cents. So I hope that helps some of you guys. If you have any questions, make sure to leave those in the comments. Otherwise, like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you on the next video.